The Boy Scouts of America has a rank system. I speedran the first couple of ranks, going all the way until I achieved the second highest in 2016. It then took me 5 more years to achieve the top one. Sure, it was hard to get, but 5 years hard? No way. So what happened and how does it relate to you? Well, back in 2016, I really didn't have many commitments, so I was able to complete pretty much everything I started. As the years go by during the teenage era of your life, commitments become harder and harder to finish. Suddenly, it's not just complete this year of school to move on to the next with a summer vacation in between. It's complete this year of school while playing on sports teams, while trying to learn how to talk to girls, while trying to get college applications in, while you realize everything you thought high school was going to be like was completely wrong. It's a hell of a lot harder to get extra stuff done when you've got that weighing on your shoulders. I'm sure a lot of you can relate. Maybe it's a sport that you used to think you were going to go pro in, but then life got in the way. Maybe it's a YouTube channel that you really wanted to be consistent at, and then life got in the way. Point being, humans can only do so much before we run out of bandwidth. The struggle to balance ambition with reality is a universal experience. All of us have dreams and aspirations, yet as the demands of adulthood encroach on our lives, we find ourselves stretched thin. You have to prioritize and make really difficult choices about where you have to allocate your bandwidth, and sometimes there is no choice. Sometimes the bank account runs out, and you have to sacrifice your dream to go get a job. It's difficult, and it's universal. For many of us, me included, the pursuit of excellence is accompanied by a deep-seated fear of failure. We despise being mediocre, especially in endeavors that hold personal significance. When you're a kid, you have the freedom to explore all of your interests, however hard you want, without the fear of failure or consequence. But when you become an adult, the pressure to succeed in those endeavors mounts. It's no longer just, oh look, little Timmy's trying to ride a bike for the first time. That's a grown man that doesn't know how to ride a bike. He must have failed somewhere along the way. And social media makes this problem so much worse. It fosters a culture of comparison and competition in which success, not just in a career or in popularity, but just in general, is measured now in likes and shares and followers and subs. The relentless pursuit of validation and recognition can leave you feeling inadequate and overwhelmed. It looks like everyone else is doing so much better than you, but if you gauge your life based off of other people's Instagram, you're always going to fall short. There's a reason Photoshop exists. None of that stuff is real, and everyone's just trying to stunt to look cool. Enough rambling about what the problem is, though. How do I fix it? Well, if I knew, I would gladly tell you, but I'll give you some things that have helped me along the way. You have to prioritize your life. Warren Buffett, probably the best investor of all time, has a method for this. Write down your top 25 goals in life. Now circle the 5 highest priority ones. You now have 5 goals and 20 things that are constantly going to try to distract you. You're not magically going to follow through on everything you do if you do this, but it helps you think about it a little deeper than you might have before. Another tip is just to journal. Write things down. Write down what you're passionate about and why. When I started this channel, I wrote down why I was passionate about it. And anytime I need motivation, I just dig out that old notebook and look at how fired up I was to be doing this a couple years ago. I'm not telling you to dream smaller. I think you're capable of your wildest dream. I'm telling you that you have to be obsessed with that dream, and you have to prioritize your life around it. Because if you don't, there's always going to be something else vying for your attention, and if you're like me, you'll probably go for it. True excellence is not achieved overnight. It's the result of sustained effort, perseverance, and a willingness to embrace failure as an integral part of the learning process. It requires you to adopt a growth mindset and to view setbacks as opportunities rather than obstacles. In the end, it's not about how many boxes you can check on your to-do list every day, or how many accolades you can accumulate in life. It's about the journey itself and the lessons you learn along the way. Life is incredibly messy and unpredictable, but I think that's beautiful. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. So put your head down and go to work.